friends, and welcome into Attacking Third, presented by CarMax, the way car buying should be. I'm your girl, Darian Jenkins, in the host seat, and we are joined by Kelley O'Hara. And Kel, we have a very special guest. Drum roll, please.
I'm the most excited about
Allie Riley!
Yay! I just appeared. It's magic.
You just appeared.
You call my name, and here I am.
I love it. Allie, welcome into the show. We're so excited to have
Thank
you. Congratulations, first of all, on announcing your retirement today. I can't imagine how crazy your day has been.
Well, funny you should say that because I was told to post my announcement at 8 a.m. And at 8:01, I walked into the facility, ate breakfast, had training, had treatment, had a unit meeting, drove home, and here I am. So I actually, so far, Kelley's the only message that I've seen in terms of congratulating me. So I'm not sure what's out there, but I might check my phone after this.
Wait, I'm dying to see how many text messages you have unread.
That's exactly what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
I'll let you know later.
Okay, we'll stay posted about that. Well, we have an incredibly fun show. Of course, we're going to talk more about Allie Riley and her announcement of retiring. She's joined the Retired Club. And of course, we're going to do the Women's Champions League preview, and we're going to give you some of our very, very, very early predictions for this year's Champions League. And if you're listening on YouTube, whether you're with us on Golazo Network or wherever you get your podcast, we appreciate it so much. Jump in the chat. Let us know. Let Allie know any questions you have for her, what you want us to chop it up about. Okay, first of all, Allie, congrats. Welcome to the Retired Club. Life is good for me and Kel over here. We're welcoming you with open arms.
Thank you.
What led you to this decision, first of all? When did it start to, kind of trickle in your mind that this was the time that you wanted to retire?
I think I've known for a while. I knew when I signed my contract extension with Angel City that it might be my last contract. And with the injury I've been dealing with, I thought maybe I would have to retire just alone in the gym and never making it back. And so when I started to come back and feel more like myself, be able to run, to sleep through the night, to then sprint, to then kick a ball, of course, a little part of me was like, wait a second, am I going to keep going? And then after seeing how my body felt after training days and just what it has taken to get me on the field each day to be able to perform at the level that I want to be at and what I think my teammates deserve, it's taking a village, and it's pretty much taking everything I have to get on the field every day. And so I want to be able to be myself. I want to be able to spend time with my family. And yeah, I'm still in chronic pain. Obviously, I can train and I can perform, but it's not something I can sustain for a while. And I want to be active later. I want to, I don't know, go swimming with Kelley, or God knows what shenanigans we'll get up to. But I am obviously really, really excited to helping Angel City in these last 4 games to try to make the playoffs. It's not over, but to just give everything I have to my teammates and give back to these amazing fans and supporters. 3 home games. I mean, it feels like a perfect way to kind of say goodbye, say thank you, and then obviously beat Chicago away for the last game.
Well, your odds are good in that. Chicago's been rough, although Ludmila's been on fire. Al, I want to ask you, just you're an LA native, you're back home, you played all around the world, and just like I listened to you on the women's game earlier, and just like seeing some of your posts about being able to retire at home on your own terms. How nice is it to be around your parents that they get to be a part of this?
It's the most important thing. This was something I didn't believe could happen after seeing LA Soul, which was such a star-studded team, fold right here, and then to hear so many rumors and whispers of a team coming back to LA. And then since it didn't happen for 12 years, I really started to believe that it wasn't possible. So for Angel City to come into the picture, to get traded here, and to just spend time with my parents. We've gone through a lot together, not just the fire, but I don't know. They've been my biggest fans, and they've traveled all over the world to see me play club and internationally. And so to spend these last games together, to be able to play in front of them, to after games be able to run to them and give them a hug, this is everything I want. And I think that's also something I knew looking forward if I was going to try to keep playing and maybe leave the NWSL, or you start thinking of all these teams I always wanted to play in Australia or New Zealand or in Mexico. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. This is home, and we're rebuilding our house, and Lucas and I want to start a family. So yeah, I knew deep down. And so I think the last milestone was just to be able to physically be on that field and wave to them, while I'm warming up. And I've been able to do that now. So yeah, to be home, it's a dream come true, a dream that I didn't know I could have. And I'm so glad other players now, they can think about playing in their hometown, ending their career in their hometown, having their families come to games, a league not folding, not having to go overseas. It is an entirely different game now than it was when I first got drafted with Kelley.
Yeah, I want to ask you, Al, obviously getting to end your career in LA, but you're ending your career in LA with Angel City, a club that didn't exist when we, were in college. And
Yeah.
You guys play at BMO at a gorgeous stadium in front of sold out crowds regularly. What does that mean to you that this, in the end of your career, this is where you have been part of taking the game to this place?
It's surreal. And I think that's something I'll be able to get probably better perspective on when I actually retire, because I'm so in it. I'm so, laser focused on training every day. I want to compete to play in a game. And so, of course, it's easy to talk about the growth of the game, but I don't think I feel it in a way that I will when I can attend a game as a fan, maybe with a baby one day, and just see, look where we are, look what we've done. But I will say, if anyone was at Angel City's inaugural game, I was bawling my eyes out, and it did mean so much. I felt more like relief, and I still haven't gotten it. It's not normalized for me to have games like this, to see so many people in the stadium, to have so many people in the stadium, and to have them wearing my jersey, to have such a diverse fan base, to have people saying to us, we're so happy to be represented and feel seen and feel so included and welcome in this space. I don't know if we've heard many people say that about sport during our careers. And so just that alone, it means a lot to me to be part of that, because one of my biggest goals in my career and in my life is to make a positive impact and make spaces more inclusive for other people. So to know that I could do that in my hometown, in the communities that gave so much to me, it is, yeah, I get it. I've been looking at all my old photos and videos, and I totally cry every time because I can't believe it. I really, really can't believe it. Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, looking at, especially, I've known you, played against you for a couple years in the NWSL, but even watching you with New Zealand in the World Cup and you guys getting your first win, and just like these monumental moments, I feel like the last few years we've really gotten to see. And you're you and Kelley both are two of the players that, like, this league has truly been built on your shoulders. And that's a lot of work. There's been a lot of downs. There's been a lot of downs in the NWSL and women's soccer in general. And with that being said, what are you most looking forward to with this retired life that you'll get at the end of the year?
Oh my gosh. Well, I have heard a lot of good things from all my retired friends, yourselves included, about how amazing it is to follow different passions and have new challenges. No one has said anything about free time, I will say. So I'm not sure when that's going to come. But I think spending time with my family, traveling a little bit maybe, but I do want to dedicate the next chapter to storytelling and celebrating this league. I can't take that much credit after the WPS. I went to Sweden. I went to Europe for a long time. So yes, I know I returned to this league at a pivotal moment and I've used my platform, but I can't say I have lived the growth of the NWSL as so many of my colleagues have. But I think we're at a time now where we don't have to always talk about how hard it is for women and the struggles. Like, I think we've arrived. And so I'm so excited to be part of that and keep the momentum going. I don't think don't get me wrong, we have a long way to go, but I think the ears are there. I think the investment is growing. And so how can we harness that and just make this league even better? And I say this all the time about Angel City, but now having gotten to travel to different venues again, I do think that if someone comes to one game, they're going to be hooked because the players are electric. The games are so competitive. This league, the parity is really frustrating as a current player. I think when I'm retired, I'll be like, this is so exciting. So that is going to be very different. And I want the world to see this league for the amazing league that it is, and also then push to make it even better.
Well, Al, you're already doing it. And hey, I'm just gonna throw this out there. You're welcome on Attacking Third anytime you want. We would love
thank you. Thank you. I might have to spice up. I see Kelley has books. I wonder how many of those she's read. I love what's going on behind you. So I think I gotta spruce my space up a bit.
Well, we can hook you up. We can help you out. But with that being said, you and Kel have known each other. We were talking before the show, everybody, for 20 years.
Yeah.
20
years.
Kelley, how long have we known each other?
We've known each other longer than we didn't know each other.
That's crazy.
One of my favorite life stats.
Yeah.
I love it. But you've gone through massive life moments. You went to Stanford, boo, together, go Bruins. You won a WPS title, played in the NWSL against, like, there's so many big life moments. How does it feel? Like, you guys basically grew up together. So how is it looking back and just thinking about all those massive moments that you've experienced together?
I don't know. Kelley, how does it feel?
No, I mean, for me, it's just, well, obviously I retired already. So now for you to welcome, like, I got to this chapter before you, whereas I feel like you were doing a lot of things before I was, in the sense of I got to Stanford and Allie was going off and playing with the full New Zealand national team in a World Cup, in an Olympics. And I'm at Stanford being like, oh, like, I'll hold it down here, have fun. And just, she inspired me in that way. And so it's fun to be, I'm like the first one in the door in this specific chapter. So I get to welcome her in and give her advice and let her know that it's nice on the other side. But it's really nice to have somebody that you've known for so long and gone through so many of the same struggles, because this is such a unique life path.
Yes.
Yes. And it's hard to understand and relate to a lot of times. So to have someone that you've been through so many different phases and so many different chapters and knows you through and through, and is going to be there anytime you call, no matter if you've talked yesterday or if you talked 3 months ago or 6 months ago or whatever. It's just, it's pretty incredible. And then obviously for that person for me to be Allie is it's special. I feel very lucky.
I feel the same. And it's funny because I think we're really similar in some ways to how we were when we were younger. And when we get together and start talking about a joke or a memory, and just, I think we still have similar mannerisms. Like, we documented so much of that time. So we kind of, some of the things we were up to in college, I'm not sure I could handle anymore, but we would probably try. But then I think about how we were when we got drafted and just trying to figure out school and life and relationships and friendships and professional soccer and international soccer, where our careers went, the good days, the bad days, and how we managed those together back then. And then how now that we're grown up, in the conversations we have about our engagements and our futures and our lives. And it is really cool to, I think, be ourselves. We've been ourselves with each other the entire time, and we've changed. We've definitely changed. We've matured slightly, very slightly. But Kelley is someone who has seen so many different sides of me, and I could tell her anything. And now I think we are going to hopefully be working together and spending more time together for many, many years to come in whatever way that looks. So it is really, really special. And Kelley was part of my announcement that will be coming out in the coming days. But I was able to sit down with her and really dive into, kind of, for the first time, what I was feeling and what it was like. And she gave me some insight into how she was feeling and how incredible to have someone like that. Like, I love my husband, but he doesn't know what this life is like, and he has supported me in so many other ways. But it's very different from having someone like Kelley, where we genuinely have gone through such similar things and can be there for each other through everything. And yeah, we've both been through a lot of challenges in our careers, and I'm sure we'll continue to have challenges in our lives. And to know you have someone like that in your corner, Kelley and Allie's corner, is really important.
Well, that was there couldn't have been a better segue, actually, Allie, with that, because we dug up some stuff between you two, and Kelley and Allie's corner came up, and it's hilarious. I love it. It is so like OC coded and like very California. But before we jump into that, I want to know, as we're in college together, look at your baby faces. Well, you guys look.
Okay, Kelley looks exactly the same.
You both look the same.
Just my face is leaned out a little bit. Okay, like I look like I'm a chipmunk, and I'm storing stuff in my cheeks in that picture.
Kelley, you could never. you don't at all.
Truly, it's crazy.
Okay, your face is slightly thinner now, and I think your baby hairs are a little more tame. But I mean. Spitting image.
Of anybody, I think you look
Allie, you look identical.
Really?
You look identical. Yeah.
It's insane.
This is so cute. But this looks like young college days. Maybe maybe the cheeks were full because you were partying a little bit. Possibly.
This is senior year.
You are
This is senior
correct.
year. Okay, well, between the two of you, who was the bigger partier?
Kelley.
In college?
Obviously.
Okay, you want to know something?
The cheeks don't lie.
The cheeks don't lie. 1, 2, that is true. 3, I went out a lot, and I would always try to get Allie to come with me, but she was only good. She was down for once a quarter, right, Allie?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You were like down to send it once a quarter.
A few days off after.
Right, and I respected that. But when I knew which day she was choosing,
we went all in.
I was ready to rumble with her.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. The first 2 years, I was definitely a little bit more. We had some big nights. Our football team do you remember when Stanford beat USC and they came home?
Yeah.
That was insane. And then people were throwing up at training the next day. That was so crazy. So freshman and sophomore year, I definitely could Sunday fun day was a big thing. And then I think I got a little more serious, not necessarily with my studies, but with soccer, and feeling like my body, I couldn't handle it the next day. So
you could.
Kelley was a machine.
I was.
Kelley was a machine.
I could go out and wake up and be like, let's do it again.
No. And if I went out, I couldn't go to class for 2 days, which wasn't ideal. So it had to be like a really specific time. But, a couple people know me as 8-Shot Riley. I will say that.
8-Shot Riley.
Yeah.
This is so funny. Is this from Kelley and Allie's corner?
It has to be. Are those Snuggies?
This was our matching Snuggies. This is when we were living together the fall after our senior year, when we were still having to go to school.
No, it wasn't fall, it was summer.
Oh, summer. And then where did we live in the fall?
I lived in Kristen and Chubb's living room. I don't know where you lived.
Okay, this was summer. We didn't go to class during this time?
No. No.
Well, I'm getting note from our producer. It's from Day in the Life at Gold Pride.
Yeah.
Yes, we were definitely going to Gold Pride. I thought we had to go to class sometimes, but I guess not.
We did. So Darian, this is what was special about our first pro season. We both got drafted to Gold Pride, which was the Bay Area team. And the season started during school. So we were on quarter system. So our spring quarter went through beginning of June, probably.
Yeah.
Well, we were in class as we started we were still students as we started our professional careers. And we both chose to stay enrolled in classes on campus. So we would I would pick up Allie in my little Honda Civic.
I didn't have a car.
We'd ride across in the morning, go to the East Bay, practice, ride home, go to class in the afternoon. And then we'd go out at night, particularly me. Allie would attend, but probably wouldn't, party to the fullest. And then we do it all again. So we actually got really lucky that we got to experience our senior spring.
Yeah.
No, this sounds really fun.
It was really fun, but it wasn't professional, not in the slightest.
Yeah, no, I don't know how we did it.
Is it? You were also vlogging. You were also vlogging. Who was editing the vlog amidst the partying, the going out, the training, the driving class?
Since I wasn't partying as much, I was the editor sound technician, director.
Producer, yes,
Yeah.
the wardrobe. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I've been passionate about content creation for a really, really long time.
You guys crushed it.
You were a first mover in this space. I think
Yeah.
that should be shouted from the rooftops.
Yeah, you guys have views on these too. They were really fun to watch.
Who's getting any like advertising dollars from that? Do we have that signed on?
You know, we couldn't at that time. It was such a shame. We were still in school. There was no NIL. It's so messed up. I could be rich by now, you guys.
I think that all the time.
We have a question.
What's the story behind 8-Shot Alley?
Nobody knows, because after 8 shots, I don't remember anything, and neither does anybody else. But the next time I showed up at that frat, people were calling me 8-Shot Riley, actually.
Wait.
But no, I don't remember why.
Which frat?
At KA.
Oh, obviously.
So the next time I came up, I was like, okay. I was like, I didn't think I could drink that much. I don't know what we were drinking, but it was a great night. I remember something about, I thought the microwave was some other electronic. That's the only thing I remember. There was something with the microwave.
So funny.
It was a long time ago, guys. But I mean, we would bike around. We would get on golf carts. We tried to take a golf cart into Palo Alto, and it didn't really fit through the pylons.
This is not drinking, by the way. This is just like shenanigans.
This is
in general.
This is just like having fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know how we did it and went to school and started our professional careers, but here we are. So maybe everyone should be doing that. I don't know.
Actually, I as much as I look back and I'm like, I could have taken that a little bit more seriously. I think that it all worked out, right? And
you're both doing great.
Yeah, and it's your life's meant to be fun. So we locked in when we needed to, and here we are today.
Yeah, it was a great year. I was sad when Kelley decided to go to Boston. That was.
Yeah, but where'd you decide to go?
Well, me and the gang from FC Gold Pride, we all went to Western New York Flash. There was like 8 of us. I was like, come on, Kel. Come on.
There was not a chance.
Wow, Kel, you left.
I was living in Buffalo, New York.
Hey, you had fun when you came to visit.
No, you're right. That's probably why I decided not to go. Too much fun.
The way you said Buffalo cracked me up. Not Buffalo, New York.
It was Orchard Park, actually. It was beautiful.
Oh, I did hear it was a commute to games, though.
It was, but an hour and a half to Rochester. I drive an hour 40 minutes to BMO Stadium, so I'm used to it now.
Facts. Yeah. Wait, before we move on, did Kelley have like a drinking nickname too? We've heard shotguns.
I thought you were going to ask if Kelley had hundreds of admirers, because the answer to that is yes. Drinking? No, she was just Kelley O'Hara, the like big woman on campus, like
big woman.
Yes, she was. And I, as like the wing woman sidekick, I was like having to fend off admirers.
Kel.
That's not true. I don't know how this took this turn, but that's not true.
I heard what I wanted to hear.
You're not even answering questions. You're just telling stories.
No, she was Kelley O'Hara. And I will say it was so cool that we were the headliners at Stanford. Like the men's soccer team would play before us, and then we would play under the lights. And I don't know, I think that set me up eventually for disappointment when the league folded, but this like very empowering feeling of having this successful program and a women's program being kind of at the top of the food chain at Stanford changed a little when our football team got successful, but it was very, very empowering, I would say.
No, I love it. Stanford was one of the schools I looked at too, but it didn't pan out. But you guys, absolute legends. I mean, both of your classes were absolutely nuts, massive players coming in and out. You guys really carved a legacy there, as well as in your professional careers. Allie, before we move on, just want to say congratulations once again. Incredible career, inspired young boys, young girls, leading your team in New Zealand, being the face of the NWSL, really one of the players that I think is the heartbeat of the NWSL. Like, your legacy is going to be incredibly long lasting, and we can't wait to see what you do next.
Oh, thank you. That means so much. And also congrats to Kelley, who is just inducted into the Stanford Hall of Fame. That is crazy and so cool. And she somehow was like still answering phone calls and giving quotes for newspapers about me while she was being celebrated. So I think that tells you what kind of friend she is.
I specifically said, Allie is a special person in my life. I will do whatever you need. So, but thank you, Al. And you will be in there soon. I am sure of it.
Well, maybe we'll have to take a little trip to KA.
8-shot Riley's coming out of retirement.
Oh my gosh.
I absolutely love it. Well, let's get to a break because we are going to talk about Women's Champions League next. And Allie, something you've also played in, so we can't wait to hear your thoughts.
It's been very fun to see how it's changed, evolved over the years. And man, it's going to be hard to make predictions because we're just getting started and these players and these teams are so good.
So good. Very early predictions coming up next. Stick with us after this quick break. Welcome back to Attacking Third, friends. We are talking UEFA Women's Champions League. Allie Riley, Kelley O'Hara. I'm your girl, Darian Jenkins. It starts next week, and there is a new format. The Women's League is following what the men's tournament does, and I'll just do a little explainer really quick. It works like this. The top 4 sides in the league phase will qualify automatically for the quarterfinals, while the teams finishing 5th to 12th place will compete in a 2-legged knockout phase playoff to secure their path into the last 8. Teams ranked 13 to 18 are eliminated and sent home. All right, so big matchups. Match day 1, next Tuesday, October 7th, Arsenal versus Lyonnes. Barcelona versus Bayern Munich, Allie Riley, one of your old teams. And then Wednesday, October 8th, Wolfsburg versus PSG and FC Twente versus Chelsea. Okay, let's start with Arsenal first. Reigning champions. Do we think that they have what it takes to go back to back, or was last year just a fluke? Allie, let us know what you're thinking on Arsenal first.
I think it is so exciting that the league phase is starting like this because it will give us a little bit of a taste of what maybe the later rounds could look like. And you're like, oh, could this be a final? So we will see. So it's a little hard to make a prediction before. I don't think it was a fluke. I think Arsenal was really good. I think they're a very strong squad. I actually know their coach. I thought she was so brilliant at FC Rosengård when I would train there a little bit over the off seasons from the NWSL. I have a lot of respect for her. I don't know if they can go back to back, but I am going to say we might see them in the final.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on the flip side, I'll just go ahead right off of that and say, are we including them as, in this, what we are putting together as potentially top 4, the top teams we think we're looking at because they won last year? We're specifically putting them in there for that. That's what it seems to me. I'm not saying they're not a good team, but I don't think it was a fluke. However, they haven't been part of the semifinals of the Champions League for the last 5 years. This was the first time for them to make it to the finals, right? So when I think the heavyweights of Europe, I'm thinking Barcelona, Chelsea, Lyon.
Chelsea haven't won a title.
That is true, actually. Good point. But even so, the fact that I'm like, okay, we're just assuming they are going to repeat seems.
Well, you don't. What do you think?
Yeah.
Where do you think they fall in this? I mean, I personally don't think Arsenal are gonna make a semifinal. Honestly,
right.
Last year, I think they played the perfect game in the final against Barcelona. The absolute perfect game. Can they do that again when you have a target on your back? Barcelona wants vengeance. I think Lyon's a silent killer in this that we haven't given enough love to. Also Bayern Munich. Arsenal is probably lower on the totem pole, in my opinion.
I agree. I think that I don't think Arsenal will repeat, and I don't think we will see them in the final.
I think they got that taste of what it's going to take. I just thought they were so gritty. I didn't necessarily think it was the type of football I love watching from
Right.
an OL or even a Bayern Munich or Barcelona. I also think Alessia Russo could be a star in this tournament. But I definitely know what you're saying, but I just think they're gonna have the mentality of some of those players to see that game out. I was so impressed. But I mean, the league is competitive, and then the WSL, and then this is gonna be really interesting. But I mean, they get blown out in this first game, and then you're like, nah, yeah, maybe it was a fluke.
And just going off of how they've started their WSL season, I think they're 2 wins, 2 draws. So in my opinion, it's completely separate. I understand that, but I think that the precedent is being set of we're going to give up points to teams in the WSL that we shouldn't. It has me scratching my head a bit. Yeah. I would love to see more from them. I would love to see them back in final because it was so exciting, but I'm not convinced at the moment.
Would you go Chelsea over Arsenal for getting further in the tournament?
Yes. Specifically because Chelsea is stacked.
They sure are.
When you're playing these outside competitions, you have to be so deep. Your roster has to be so deep to be successful.
Yeah. Well, looking at Chelsea, because to me, I think that's why they're much more of at least with WSL teams, they're probably the top team for me to do well in this tournament, just because no matter who's injured, the players that they have as game changers could start on nearly every other team. They were insane. Yeah. They're insanely stacked. Do we think Chelsea can finally do it, Al? Also, another former club of yours. Do you think that Chelsea, this could be the year that they finally get it done?
It would be so amazing, especially for Alyssa. I think all eyes will be on Alyssa, not because I'm biased, but because I'm only human. I think this has been such an exciting transfer. I'm wondering I want to know what Sam Kerr's form is going to be. I want to know if Naomi is getting regular minutes. I know if she is fit, she will be so hard to beat, and she will lead that team very, very well from the back. We know how good she is against the best players in the world. I guess I'm just waiting to see how yes, they've done so well to start the season, how it's all going to shake up when everyone is healthy and how that rotation will look. Will players want to leave if they aren't starting when, like you say, they could start on pretty much any team? So I'm really curious how that dynamic will work if everyone is healthy, and if they can sustain that and make that work, then I think they will be the team to beat. But I don't think they have the mental edge. I mean, if they get put against Barcelona, that is kind of like this Achilles heel. But imagine an Arsenal-Chelsea final. Oh my gosh. I'm not saying that's my prediction, but that would be, I mean, look at what's with England winning the Euros, with what happened with the Rugby World Cup. That would just show, I mean, it would be really cool with the investment that England is putting into their women's sports teams. That would be pretty cool. Not saying it's going to happen, but I'm curious to see how everything will shake out at Chelsea when everyone is healthy.
Well, I want to ask you, because you brought up your former Angel City teammate, Alyssa Thompson. Big fan over here of Alyssa Thompson. Also, she just got her hair yanked back. That was crazy.
Hey, if that's the only way people can stop her, it's going to be a great season for her and tough ones for defenders.
With that, everybody knows how fast she is, how quickly she can turn a game on a dime. She's a brilliant finisher, so young still, and then training with all of these elite players, elite attackers. Do you see her getting lucrative minutes in Champions League with Chelsea?
I do. I think it'll be a test for her. It's a challenge. It's one of the reasons why she wants to go there, is to be challenged, to be around the best, to be the best. And she knows the World Cup year is coming up. Very, very important to assert her position in that roster. There's some tough competition with players who are experienced in Champions League, who are experienced in playing every midweek, every weekend. That is something we haven't been doing here in the NWSL when we got rid of these different rendition of cups. So I think that will be a shift for her physically, mentally, emotionally. But with the investment that they put into her and just how well I think she has done on the wing in these first games with, not playing 90 minutes, I do think she's going to get a lot of chances to show who she can really be.
I agree. I think she'll have to rely, like, I think Chelsea has always done really good at rotating their depth. I
Yeah.
feel like that's one of the teams, like Arsenal, I don't know. I'm not certain. Chelsea, I think that they've done super well. Well, what about Lyon? Kel, do you think Jonah Heraldes is the guy that can bring the 8-time champions back into a final?
Well, he knows one team very well that they could see in the final, and that's Barcelona. But I mean, it was an odd his departure from Spirit so quickly was another head scratcher for me. I'm saying that a lot these days.
It was his arrival.
You're scratching your head so much.
I actually do scratch my head a lot, but like actually literally. But so it's an interesting move. I have questions around what was the catalyst for the departure? Did they just
so curious
fill the role?
Guys, Michelle Kang, she's got a bag.
Right,
bag.
Yeah, but those are two of her own teams, right?
But Lyon plays in Champions League.
Yes, but my question is, I will be interested to, and I haven't asked yet, but to hear how the Lyon players take to him and like his style of play and like his managing technique. That to me is going to be the deciding factor, whether they will be successful or not, whether he gels with the team and the team gels with him, because they have such a strong team. They have the history and the experience of being Champions League champions. So they know what to do. They know what it takes. They don't really, in my opinion, need a lot of big changes happening. They need someone who can come in and just tweak some things and continue to lead them down a path of success. But will he be that person, or is he going to try to come in and do more than he should?
That's what went wrong with the Spirit.
I'm unsure. Again, I don't have all of the inside notes around why he departed the Spirit, but I don't think that he was.
They weren't great when he was there. They dipped
right. So I don't, and I think that. So I don't think he was well received. I don't think that the gelling happened, which is clear from results. So I think that we need to see a little bit of the initial, what this coaching campaign looks like, and then we will have a better picture of what is possible in Champions League.
I know. I'm excited for Lyon. I think they got it.
Okay.
I don't you think we have probably talked about this for so many years. Obviously, as Americans, that midfield is very exciting to watch, and you're rooting for them. That because the league seems so easy for them, it's always like, how are they going to be able to now step this up for Champions League? But then obviously they have done it many, many times. But I always just wonder what that's like to, kind of what was it? 5-1?
I can tell you exactly what it's like.
Tell me.
It is like the U.S. Women's National Team when we play friendlies, right? Like most of our games throughout the years are, I don't want to say easy, but not World Cup caliber games or competition. So the way that you're able to go from playing that to playing in World Cups is practice. Their trainings, they are playing.
Yeah, the trainings have to be so good.
Their trainings are harder than their weekends of league play, most of them, I would say. So I think that's
how they've been able to do it.
Yeah, and if you don't have to be grinding every weekend, and then also like you have that a little bit of relief. You don't have to be worried about what's happening in your league. You can go show up, bring the big dogs for Champions League game days, and be ready for that.
Yeah. Do you think it would be weird how that, like, what do you think that would feel like for players who maybe play? I'm not saying they rotate a lot, but players who can bang in 3-4 goals on a weekend, but then you get to Champions League and you're like, well, now we're going to play the, like, it's kind of cool that you, it's maybe easier in league play, but then when it comes down to selection, that still must be there must be some tension, and because players can say, well, I did really well, but then you're like, yeah, but now we're going to be playing Arsenal.
For sure. And not to go back to Chelsea, but I think that's going to be what is key for Chelsea this year is they have to say as a team, this is our year to win Champions League. And that has to be our number one goal. Therefore, no matter the selection, no matter results, oh my God. Can you guys hear that?
Wow. Yeah. Add $10. Add $10 into the jar.
I don't know how to do not disturb. My phone's on do not disturb. It's my sister. Like, she's calling. I literally was like, someone's gonna call me during this. Here we are. I was in the middle of this.
That happens to me all the time.
I'll give you a tutorial on do not disturb.
Can somebody tell me in the chat how to turn on do not disturb for your computer? Like, what? My volume's up. I'm just technology. I used to be good at it. What I was saying about Chelsea is they have to go into this Champions League, be like, this is our year to win Champions League. And that has to be our only driving thought. We have to park ego, leave ego at the door. And it doesn't matter the rotations. It doesn't matter the selection. It doesn't matter anything but knowing that we have such a deep team. So let's all go win this together. That is what Kelley, thank you. That is what I think if Chelsea's going to win, it will be because of that very clear mission.
I don't know. I feel like they got that every year. I feel like they were invincible in the WSL.
I know, but I think that there's a difference between being like, I want to be a Champions League champion, or being like, that is our only goal. That is it. And we will do anything and everything. Like, everything else comes second to winning Champions League.
Oh, you think they prioritize that over league play?
I'm not saying they prioritize league play. I'm saying the culture, the decisions, the attitude, the locker room, all of that has to be willing to put things aside and be like, Champions League is it. As in like, oh, I'm popping off in my league play, but I'm not starting for Champions League. I'm going to go be pissy about that. No.
Yeah, you put your feels aside.
Exactly.
It's the Champions League.
Know that this is going to be a complete team win. We can go win WSL. We can go win Champions League, but it has to be, everyone's got to be on the same train, going down the same track.
Well, I think a team that's proven that they do that is Barcelona. But also, you guys both brought up a really good point. Another team that mollywops their entire league. I mean, what Barcelona 2 seasons ago, I think scored over, was it like 50-something goals? They have players that are putting up 20-something goals like numerous times throughout. Like, they're absolutely crazy. They don't have the same amount of rotation that they had last year, though. They had to sell off a bunch of players because the freaking men didn't get their monies right, of course. So the women are suffering for it. But with that loss in the final, Al, just with your experience and Champions League, do you think that a team like Barcelona will have a little bit more of a chip on their shoulder to come and kind of get vengeance from that game?
I've been thinking about the different mentalities as we've been talking. You have a team that now hasn't won in 2 years, or I guess 3 years. You have a team that won back-to-back and then not in 1 year. And then you have a Chelsea who it's just like so close yet so far. And then you have a team that just won it. And it's like, how do you can structure those feelings. We can decide a way to say it where it makes any one of those want to win the most. So I'm trying to think who actually do I think would want to win the most after what's happened the past 3-4 years. And I do think it might be Barcelona, but I don't necessarily think they have to change very much. That's what's so interesting. And I don't know if they will, because they have a style and a system, and it is in their blood, and it's what we love to watch. I think a lot of us thought they were going to just win that final, no problem, and just play this beautiful football. And it's the same watching Spain play and international play. And so I don't know if that is how much that kind of hunger and drive, like what I said, why I thought Arsenal won. I don't know how much they, as players, I don't know any of them very well, but how you have a different mentality because you do the same thing day in, day out, and that makes you successful, and then you believe that will make you successful again. Whereas I don't see them being a team with like a chip on their shoulder. I just think they will do what they do really, really well. And can other teams defend it, or is it good enough still where they're able to make those triangles around players enough to actually put the ball in the back of the net this time? And so that is where, from a mentality standpoint, I'm thinking like an Arsenal or an OL is like, it's time. Like, we had this before.
Yeah.
Whereas a Barcelona, I think they're going to be amazing and consistent again. And we will have to see how the other teams adapt and if that will be enough. But I'm not getting the like chip on the shoulder mentality change vibe from an outsider here in Los Angeles.
No, I think they're a really confident team. I think the only time that they're like, oh shit, we should worry a little bit is when a team has like an incredible attacking presence, or like they get scored on from a set piece.
Yes.
You're right. I think the vibes are we're good. Someone's gonna score.
Yeah. And I think they'll put up huge numbers against some of the lower ranked teams in this league play. I could see one of those players getting a golden boot, because I think the teams that can't handle it won't handle it. And then the really interesting time will be, these teams are all going to make it to the next round, I think. So that's when it's going to start to get interesting. But I think they'll put up huge numbers in that first round of play.
Yeah. Well, I love it. Well, we actually have a lot of Americans also playing this Champions League. So looking at this list we all have in front of us, Emily Fox, Jenna, well, she's not playing, Krista Bachman, Naomi Girma, Kat Macario, Alyssa Thompson. Who are you guys looking at to ball out in this Champions League? And who will have kind of a breakout tournament with this? We have players at kind of different levels within each team as well, looking at this list.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Katarina Macario.
Same.
I think that, just her talent is immense. She's a generational talent. And I feel like she's just coming into, getting over injury and having consistent play. And I recognize that the injury was, a while ago, but it takes time and to, have the experience of a Champions League, of that type of competition, what it takes to play league, to play Champions League. So I love the way that she plays football, and I would love to see her absolutely tear the 2025-2026 Champions League season apart and be the reason that Chelsea goes all the way.
And another Stanford legend. Yeah.
Should have started with that. I agree. I think seeing her recover, find her form again has been really inspirational, and she's had so many of us cheering her on. I think that is a player, if she finds peak form during this, then that could be the difference maker for Chelsea. I'm going to go a kind of a different route here and say that I would love to see Fallon Tullis-Joyce have a great season and Champions League. I have been so impressed with her. And I think, again, it's been years now. Obviously, the goalkeeping is so good at this level in the NWSL, in these different leagues. But I'm not sure if there has been a goalkeeper that all around the world we've been talking about as like they were the difference maker in Champions League. And it is very hard to get recognized as a MVP or a top player in Champions League as a goalkeeper. But if there could be one, I think in terms of a breakout, it really could be her. Like, I am blown away at some of the things she can do. So it's very exciting.
I think she's going to have a lot of opportunities to make saves.
Yes, that she will.
I was going to say the same thing. Darian, what about you? What do you think?
I'm looking at our girl Lily Johannes. I'm really giving Lyon a lot of love today. The theme is going to continue. I'm with the French, but I think watching her with Lyon, we all fell in love with how she played with Ajax, and then with women's national team, she took advantage of every opportunity she got. Like, her passing is incredible. Like, she's never full out sprinting, but she's always in the right positions. And then she has like a whole American midfield around her. I just love it. And I think we're going to see her grow a lot in it. And I expect them to rely on her, because I just think She's one of those players you can plug and play, and she's going to let the immense attack that they have and how dangerous they are just be able to string those passes together and be really, really effective. So that's who I got. But damn, we got a whole list of players. So I absolutely love it.
Just the fact that we have this list is incredible, and that we have this type of talent feeding into the national team, and that we're going to have that for years and years to come. It makes me happy, man. I love it.
Right.
Well, I'm not so like into the national team for this country, but I think we just should shout out Crystal, because amazing to be, she also played for Chelsea, but to be out there taking names, and I love seeing her videos on social media, and then when she can see her family and stuff, and I think that is really, really impressive what she's doing over there, and really cool that she'll be playing Champions League.
Yeah, I hope we get to see some like dancing celebrations from her too.
Surely.
Sure.
Well,
or the flute. What did she play?
Right? I was like, oh my God. Yeah, she's been playing the flute.
I'm like,
hey, the flute does go out here, huh? Wow. Clarinet. Flute.
Recorder. That's what I was playing.
That's what I remember. That's
Hot
the
cross buns.
Hot
cross buns. Absolute banger.
I wonder if we could still do it. Maybe we'll try that on the next show.
We for sure can still do it.
I will buy one between now and the next time you have me on here.
It's literally hot cross buns.
Yeah, but then you have to be like
1, 2, 3, or is it like 3?
No,
you gotta be quick.
Hot cross buns. Hot cross buns.
Here's the Stanford education coming in, everybody. Oh, I absolutely love it. All right, well, stick with us. We're going to take a quick break, and then we are going to give you our predictions for Champions League next week. Stay right here. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Attacking Third. Welcome back. All right, we are going to give you our predictions for Champions League. And first
I jumped the gun.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We can still
Wait,
bring it back.
Oh, you said Arsenal.
Yeah.
For a finalist, okay? But sorry, keep going.
Finalist. So we have another side to that. Al, let's start with you. Who do you think is going to be in the final besides Arsenal? And who do you think is going to win it and why?
Oh my gosh, this is so tough. I can't wait to look back on my predictions when we get to Oslo.
They'll clip it. They'll remind us.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Okay, so I am I'm gonna throw Arsenal in there. I'm trying to decide if they're like my dark horse though. But no, my dark horse is Bayern Munich, a club I don't think we spent enough time speaking about. My good friend Vanessa Gilles, she left Angel City to go win a Champions League with OL. That didn't happen. And now she's taken her talents and that golden head to Bayern Munich. And I think they are off to a really good start. I know they did tie last weekend, but I think they're my dark horse. I think they're so good. Obviously, what Alex is trying to create here at Angel City and what he's established there, I think they have continued with that. They have such good players on that team, a lot of leadership, and they want to win really badly. So, who is in my final with Arsenal? You know what? I'm going to go with OL. I'm going to go with OL. You've convinced me, Darian, and I actually think they might be able to pull it back. I do.
Ali, okay, we're very similar. I have OL winning it. I think they'll be in the final with Barca. So that's a little different.
Classic.
But Bayern are my dark horse for the exact same reasons. They have Pernille Harder, Leah Schuler, Vanessa Gilles. I also played with her at Bordeaux, and I was like, holy shit, she gets on the end of literally everything.
Yes.
And I think when you're playing a team that you can only score on set pieces, like a Barca, whatever, that's going to be a weapon. Lena Oberdorf, like she was a leading goal scorer in Champions League in prior seasons.
Mm-hmm. We got Magda. We got Glodis.
They have,
Stacked.
Eriksson, Stanway. We could list off the entire team.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this. You have Lyon winning it. I have Lyon winning it. Bayern's our dark horse. Kel, do you feel left out, or is yours the same?
Yeah. So no, I
She's
don't
going
have,
Chelsea.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Chelsea's winning it.
Okay. Who else is in the final?
Against?
Who else do I want? I kind of want to put Bayern in there.
Oh.
Because I think like you guys putting them as your dark horse, I actually thought about doing that, but I think that I'm like, I don't want to go the same as y'all as them being the dark horse, but I do think that they will go far, namely because I got to witness them at World Sevens football
Oh.
May at the beginning of
So
this year.
fun.
It was so fun. They were such a fun team to watch. And then you can just tell they were the team having the most fun.
Yeah.
So when you have those two things paired together, I'm like, the culture's good. They're stacked, like y'all said, stacked, scary good, scary stacked. I want to put them in the final. And I'm like, do I want them to be my winner? No, I'm going to go Chelsea. So then dark horse?
Arsenal.
No. Well, that's not a dark horse.
Is Arsenal a dark horse?
Well, if we're choosing from these ones, I don't know.
I think Juventus.
Anyone.
It's going to be
FC 20. Who'd you say, Cal?
Juventus.
Okay.
Just ride with me. Just ride with me.
Okay.
I'm here for it. I'm dying to know
Not
why.
Valerenga?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, you guys, also, we have to mention, this is so sad. This is the first time in history that a Swedish team is not in UEFA Women's Champions League. And like a part of my heart is broken because Umeå, I mean, these are classic FC Rosengård, if I can just throw that team in there. And obviously I thought that Häcken had such a good run and actually showed.
They had our hearts. They had our hearts last year, yeah.
And no, they could. Oh my gosh, this is actually really sad, I think, for just women's football in general, because that league, I think it saved a lot of us who left the WPS. It has been a safe haven and a place that so many players have gone and developed, but it's turned into a jumping board to go to other leagues. And now this is the first year we're seeing when that happens that they can't make it. But hopefully one of those teams can get in. Malmö FF is starting to see a lot of investment and do really well this season. And it's the teams that are attached to men's clubs that are now doing well, which is pretty different than it was when I was there. But yeah, I just, sorry, talking about Valerenga just really reminded me that this is the first time.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll be back with this new league phase and like opening the competition up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd like to see Sweden to get their league to get back to where it was, because it was one of the best.
Yeah.
In the world.
I almost went and played there.
So it's a great place, and
and Sweden is top-notch place to visit and
beautiful.
Yep.
Okay, wait, Kel, but why Juve?
Just because, just ride with it.
Italiana, ciao bella. She likes the Italiani.
Truly, like
I'm just to love.
I'm riding with the Italians. I think it's they're my dark horse.
They could. I think some teams that were not like ranking that high could play spoiler.
Right.
Yeah. Like you got nothing to lose. Go and ball out against the dogs getting all the attention. Well, let's talk about Golden Boot though. This is the most exciting to me because I do think we will see a lot of goals.
I think so too.
I think it's going to be very open. And I'll start. I think Iwa Payor with Barcelona is just going to continue to crush. Guys, she scored 25 goals last season. 25 goals in Liga F. She had 5 goals. She's 5 goals already. She had 7 in Champions League last year with the rotations. So I think they're going to rely on her a lot more. And I have her going to the final with Barca. So,
well, I bet you guys can guess mine.
Is it Kat?
Katarina.
You're really rocking with Stanford today. Like
I just was there this past weekend. I'm feeling the good
Hall of Fame. You have to.
The magic. I just got why not bet on my Stanford girl?
Yep.
Okay, so Darian, why not Claudia Pina?
I think they rotate her too much, even though she had 10 goals last Champions League, which I love.
She had the Golden Boot last time.
Yeah, she had the Golden Boot. That's hard to repeat.
True.
It's really, really hard. And I think being a 9 with Iwa Payor and the service she can get, I don't know. She can get tap-ins. She can create anything. It just seems like it seemed like a better choice from that front.
Yeah, because I think it has to be someone from Barcelona. I just think they're going to get so many goals against some of these teams. But, oof, yeah. I mean, positionally, it makes sense with your choice. I mean, I like Graham Hansen. I know just coming in from the wing more, but like maybe getting service from the other side. She's fun to watch. So I'll put her name in the hat.
I love her.
I like that too. The little cut in, curled ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a 1v1 artiste.
Yeah, that's her.
Yes. Yeah. But I'm still putting Alessia Russo just in there a little bit, just in case.
Oh, you're doing.
We didn't say Russo.
Yeah. Well, I said I think that she could help them be successful in Champions League, but I just think with the matchups and what we know about Barcelona, I think they're going to have some blowouts.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
But, MVP could be a different choice.
That one's open.
This is Golden Boot.
We'll have some
and
time
Golden
to think
Glove.
about that one. Yeah. Maybe after this next round, we'll come back and revisit, revise. Okay, I like that. Everyone in the comments, thank you so much. We love seeing your thoughts. All the love to Allie, all the love to Kelley. Some of the love to me because I went to UCLA. Please, I was outnumbered today.
All the love to you, Darian.
Appreciate you.
UCLA.
No, I love it. Allie, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully this is not the last time. Maybe we will see Allie and Kelley in the near future much more on this side.
Could be fun.
Could be cool. So stay tuned. Make sure you watch Champions League. And don't forget, of course, Attacking Third will be back on Thursday right here with Christine Cupo, McCall Zerboni, and Lori Lindsay to preview NWSL. It's weekend 23. Absolute chaos. Tune in, watch Allie with Angel City this weekend. Cheer her on, send her all the love and flowers. And everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. From Allie Riley, Kelley O'Hara, and Audrey Tonelli, our producer, I'm Darian Jenkins, and this was Attacking Third.
Thank you.